It was Sunday night, March 27th, the night of the Oscars. I, myself, like many other people, weren't even watching it. We were on our phones, scrolling through Twitter, reading about all the drama and gossip between the Will Smith and Chris Rock slap. But then I started seeing another group of people upset. People were complaining about Disney's Encanto winning an Oscar for Best Animated Feature. And they kept complaining about animation being broadcasted as merely a children's genre.
Such a special place in our hearts because animated films make up some of our most formative movie experiences as kids.
So many kids watch these movies over and over
and over and over and over and over and over.
I see some parents out there know exactly what we're talking about.
So I wanted to know, is animation actually underappreciated in America? And if so, why? My name is Alexandria Clear, and I'm an animation illustration student here at Casanova College. Basically, animation is something that I really enjoy. Ever since I was a kid, obviously cliche, but I've always loved watching animated movies. I was into video games and films and TV shows and just practically anything that was animated. I just loved immersing myself in stories where you could just create anything. It's limited more with with people, but with animation you can do anything and everything. And I think that's why it inspires me.
Hi, my name is Matt Petrosi and I'm a motion graphics designer at Piledriver. Animation absolutely inspires me. Not only the execution, but the production. There's always some new style or technique that just blows me away and I want to learn it. I see it and I just got to know how was that done. And there's always new plugins that come out, and inside of After Effects there's character rigging, and it makes your job easier, and to learn those new tools is essential as a designer. I've been a motion graphics designer for over 20 years, and I've been involved in projects for Adidas, Disney, Microsoft, Amazon, and most recently a music video for 21 Pilots.
So how does your job relate to animation?
My job as a motion graphics designer relates to animation, and they both tell stories and communicate to the viewer, both often outside of a language barrier. And the workflows are similar. They're both team-based, and you not only need to be on top of your game, but you also need to be a really good teammate in order to be successful.
What's it like being a motion graphics designer?
Being a motion graphics designer is awesome. It's really my dream job, and I'm happy to be in such a great community of artists. You're always learning new skills and advancing your craft. There's been an increased need for motion graphics thanks to social media and streaming TV.
What goes into the process of making an animation?
Generally, things first take place on paper. You get your ideas out and you brainstorm and you figure out what you want to accomplish. The next step is to put it into a storyboard where you get your ideas out and you start to work on pacing and all the messages that you want to get across. And then the next step is a rough cut where you take the story from A to Z and you tell the whole story, but you leave it loose enough where you can make refinements either from your team or from a client. And the next step is a fine cut where you've taken all of the feedback and information, and it's a really nice refined cut, and you might start integrating final assets like final voiceover or any purchased assets that need to go into the project. And then the final stage is the final cut, and that's what the viewer is going to see.
Do you feel like animation is underappreciated?
I feel like animation is underappreciated in America, but there have been recent movies that have changed perceptions. And I think a few more high-budget films, could continue to push the medium forward. Once a studio sees the success of something, they're more willing to take a chance and take a chance on a feature film of animation.
So many kids watch these movies over and over
and over and over and over and over and over.
Oh, that's not so much. So?
Most people probably miscategorize animation as a children's genre. because they have limited experience with it. Maybe they associate animation with like Disney films or children's programming, but it's probably because they haven't really experienced anything adult themed.
In order to understand why some people are upset, first we should clarify one thing. Animation isn't actually a genre, it's a category. Animation is a medium used to tell a wide range of stories such as action, sci-fi, thrillers, mysteries, horror, children's dramas, comedies, romance, and yes, even porn. Classifying animation as a genre generally stockpiles it with the massive amount of genres that it produces. And a large portion of American animation is targeted towards the children's genre. So most children's content is animated because it's easier for their developing brains to gravitate to.
Caillou didn't think it was very fair that Emma got to eat snacks when he didn't.
I have diabetes.
Children gravitate towards shows that they can relate to. So the characters in cartoons are often children themselves, or animals, creatures, cars, or trains that act like children. Children are pulled in as cartoons explore developmentally appropriate themes like kindness, being a good friend, resilience, what to do when scared, and so on. Or build off of the vast imagination of children, such as being a doctor or a princess, flying an airplane, or going to space. Essentially, the first time you or any child around you has watched the TV show or movie, it was most likely animated. Everyone has their favorite old childhood movies or shows that they grab. And I think a part of this reason why it is because of Disney. It's no secret that they're a corporate giant. Statistica reports that Disney owns 25.5% of US and Canada's box office market. In 2021, Disney alone accounted for over 1/4 of the box office revenue in the United States and Canada, up from less than 12% in the previous year. The Oscars first recognized animated features as a category in the year 2002, with DreamWorks' Shrek being the first winner, as they should. However, out of the 20 awards since then for Best Animated Feature, Disney, along with the help of Pixar, has now collected 15 awards. DreamWorks has 2. Studio Ghibli, Sony, Aardman, and Nickelodeon have just 1.
I predict there will be changes in the future of how animation is treated. Right now, there's been a few successes in more adult-themed superhero films, and I think based on that, you'll probably see more films, that are adult themes, but also outside of the superhero genre. You do need those successes to point to for a studio to then advance other ideas. And so I think with each success, you'll see, more chances being taken on feature-length animation.
So in the end, I think, Disney has a lot to do with it. It's also what gets constantly shown all the time compared to what's the best of it. I think Disney is part of the reason why a lot of people undermine it. But I do hope in the future that it gets changed, that more people start appreciating it for what it is. And thank you so much to Matt for interviewing for this video, and I hope you guys all have a great day. Bye!